iGaze Games is a site of free and accessible web games that are playable with just your eyes using an iGaze camera. The site has two main ways to play, either using the Big Buttons interface or by interacting directly with the gameplay boards using the more precise Direct mode. Both these modes can also be used with your iGaze camera, either using pointer control or a gaze selection type control method, depending on what you use and what options your camera has. We have another video showing how to set up the site for the pointer control method of iGaze, and in this video, we will be showing how to set up the site for using a gaze selection method of iGaze control. This method uses software either with your camera or additional software to make selections by gradually zooming in on a target to make an accurate selection. In iGaze Games' initial setup wizard, you will be led through some questions to help you set up the site in the way you want to access it. This appears when you first load the site and can also be accessed from the Settings button. You can also go back to tweak controls from the Settings screen. We'll go through the wizard to explain the options. The first option is to choose whether to use the built-in dwell or your own click method. If using pointer control, you can make use of the site's built-in dwell click, but for gaze selection, choose to use my own. Gameplay will now include the option to use both the big buttons and direct selection. Which one you will want to use will depend on your accuracy in using gaze selection. Using big buttons, you can use the larger targets, and with direct selection, you can use the smaller targets on the game boards. For example, if using big buttons to play 4 in a row, use the button on the left to choose the column, and then use the button on the right to drop your piece. In solitaire, chess, and checkers, use the top left button to select a piece, bottom left to choose where to move it to, and the button on the right to make a move. For Sudoku and Sudoku monsters, you select the area of the board you want to edit, and keep selecting it until the cell you want to edit is highlighted. Then use the big button on the left to choose the number or monster you want to put into that cell. If using direct mode, you can interact with the board directly. You can also use a combination of both techniques if that suits you for different games, alternating between the two options. We welcome feedback on the site, so please get in touch if you have any suggestions or questions at info@specialeffect.org.uk.